Do you know what DML is? Normally, the DML means data manipulation language. Through these statements, we can insert, update, merge, and delete in Salesforce database. So, what are the DML statements we have available in Salesforce? Insert, update, merge, and delete. Now, we will see how to write a code to insert some data into Salesforce database. Now, see how to write a code to insert some data into Salesforce database. See the syntax for that. Here I have to write a method inside the class. So how to write a method? Public static void and method name is insert opportunity. Here I am trying to insert an opportunity. Let's see the syntax for doing DML operations over here. Opportunity OPP equal to new opportunity. First of all, we have to initiate the opportunity object, then through instance variable OPP. Now you have to make sure, are you actually inserting all the mandatory fields? We have a couple of mandatory fields in opportunity object. Go to the Salesforce org, click on opportunities, click on new. Here you can see some of the mandatory fields in red mark. What are the mandatory fields? Opportunity name, close date, next stage. These are the mandatory fields in opportunity object. Now go back to the developer console. Using this insert opportunity method and OPP variable, we have to insert name. Now when you try to utilize this particular field in your Apex coding, we have to make sure how to use that field in our coding. How can we write? We have to make sure that particular API name of the particular field. How can I get the API name? Just go to the view fields. These are the fields that are belonging to the opportunity object. Here we have too many fields. In those fields, we need to find out where is opportunity name. For that, Control F, type opportunity name. So opportunity name is a standard field. So we have to use the field name over here. If it is a custom field, we have to use the API name. So I will copy field name of the opportunity name, which is nothing but a name, and paste it in the Apex class. Go back to the developer console, OPP dot opportunity name, paste it over here. OPP dot name equal to Chavala. Now what is the other mandatory field? Close date. Now we have to check what the field name for close date is. Go back to the Salesforce org, Control F, type the close date, find where the close date is, copy. After that, go back to the developer console. Next, OPP dot, paste it here, close date. Now we have to insert today's date. You will see how to insert today's date in the field of Salesforce. In Salesforce, we have something called system.today. In the same way, do it for stage. OPP.stage name equal to closed one. Control F, type stage, copy the stage name, go back to developer console, OPP.stage name equal to, go back to the Salesforce org and check the values for the stage. We can take any of these values. Go back developer console. I'm taking equal to closed one. What I am trying to do here, inserting a new record in opportunity. The record name is Wala, closed date equal to today's date, and stage should be closed one. Then insert these values into Salesforce database. Type insert opp semicolon. Now if you want to call this method, we can simply type Ctrl E. Then you can see a window. There we can run the method. Type the class name. What's the class name? The class name is DML class. Dot. Type the method name. What's the method name? Insert opportunity. Semicolon. Select that. Execute highlight. Now go back to the opportunity object. Click on opportunity. There you can see Chavala record has been created. Do you remember what is our requirement? In a class, we have to create three methods. What are those methods? Insert method, update method, delete method. Using these three methods, we can insert, delete, update the data in Salesforce. That's what we are going to discuss in this session. Now, as per the requirement, we have to write a method. If I click on that method code will check how many records we have on name called Chavala. If there is more than one record with name called Chavala, we will delete those records. If there are 2, 3, 4 and 1 million records, delete those records. For that, let's write a method called public void delete opportunity. Void delete opportunity. Now I'm going to introduce, there is something called Sql. It means Salesforce Object Query Language. This is exactly same like SQL. Do you know what is SQL? I think if you studied in computing, you can remember like select star from table, etc. SQL used to fetch the data from the database table. So with the help of SQL, we can fetch the data from table. Suppose in opportunity, there are 10,000 of records. Out of these thousands of records, there are 1 or 2 records named Chavala. I have to find first out of these records whose name is Chavala, then only I can delete those records. So in order to delete or in order to update among those thousands of records, we have to find which record we need to delete or update. How to find it? For that, we have SQL query. Through this, we can find the record. Then after, we can update that. Now, here we will use our previous concept, variable or list. Let's take a variable. In our previous example, we have taken a variable type is string and integer. Now here, I will take a variable. The type should be opportunity. Opportunity OPP semicolon. The name of the variable is OPP. Here, opportunity is the type. If you see the previous example, my first class, here you can see LST is the string type. Here, OPP is the opportunity type. If you see the insert method, there S is the string type. That's the difference. So here OPP is the opportunity type and can hold only type of opportunity data. So how can we get opportunity object data? Like this. OPP equal to select ID, comma, name from opportunity where name equal to Chavala and stage name equal to closed won. Here we have stored the data in OPP variable that is coming from opportunity object. This is called SQL query, which can fetch the data from the object, which we want to manipulate and store into variable. Whatever we are doing in our today's class, the entire thing we have to do in our Salesforce career. Salesforce is all about insert, update and delete. One more example is, let's say there is a record called Chavala in opportunity object. In that particular record, there is a field called tracking number. Here somewhat the tracking number is blank. Now I want to update this particular record, this particular Chavala record. Just go to the URL of this record. There you can see an ID. You can see the highlighted one. This is an ID of this Chavala record. When I say select ID, the ID is nothing but this one. So I want to update the tracking number where name equal to Chavala. So here the query should be select ID, name, tracking number from opportunity where name equal to Chavala. I'm telling all this is in case if you are updating a record, when you say update, it means you want to populate some data into that particular field. Now I would like to see what this OPP is holding. For that, system dot debug OPP concatenating OPP, Control S. Now if I call this method, what will happen? The Chavala record will be deleting. How to call this method? Control E, class name DML, class dot, what is the method name? Delete opportunity. Copy this. Semicolon. Select this. Now click on execute highlighted. Non-static method can't be referenced from static construct. So this is not a static method. So how can we call instance method? Take an instance variable. DML class. Semicolon. Now a dot delete opportunity. Select this. Now click on execute highlighted. System dot query exception. List has more than one row for assignment to S object. Why I am getting this error? This is system dot query exception. List has more than one row for assignment object to S object. So what does that mean? Earlier I said variable can hold only one data. We try to insert Salesforce, then after we try to insert SFDC and later we try to insert Chavala. So click on OK, you can see that. If you go into this class, we tried S equal to Salesforce, S equal to SFDC, then S equal to Chavala. What it is printing? It is printing Chavala because the variable is holding only one value. Now come to this class, go to the opportunities, check how many Chavala records in opportunity object. 1, 2, anyway, we got more than one record. So go back to the developer console. So this SQL query is trying to return all those records. But this OPP is a variable, can hold only one record. What could be the solution for this? The solution for this, we have to create a list opportunity. How to create a list opportunity? Here, why I'm not taking set opportunity? Here we can use set opportunity also, but it doesn't help us. We have a requirement that is, if 10 records name Chavala, then delete all. If I take set, what will happen? It will take only one Chavala data and delete only that. But my requirement is, I want to delete all the data. So here we have to use list, not the set. Have you understood where we need to use list and where we need to use set? So whenever you need duplicate data, you have to use list. And whenever you do not need a duplicate, there we can use set. Let's close this. So let us write list opportunity. So just add list in front of the opportunity. change this variable name as OPP_LST equal to new list opportunity. Control S. And copy this variable and replace with this. Control S. See the errors. Unexpected token variable does not exist. OPP. Yeah, that's also resolved. So just copy this and paste it here. Control S. Unexpected token. Okay. Yeah. Now Control S. Yeah. You can see there is no errors. Here I have taken list of opportunity. What will be the next thing? Here I am using the same query. Select ID, name, stage name from opportunity, where name equal to Chavala and stage name equal to closed one. Why we are taking list? List can hold multiple data. If you have thousands of records, name called Chavala and stage name equal to closed one, no problem. This particular OPP list can hold that data. This is the difference between collections and variables. Earlier we learned about what is variable and what is list. And one more thing is, in this code, if you write limit 1 next to this, even though if you have thousands of record names Chavala, it will just fetch only one record because I have given limit 1. Anyway, doesn't matter. Earlier the OPP variable can only store one record, right? That's why we are using the list. Now press Ctrl E, select this, click on execute highlighted. Here you can see how many records name called Chavala and stage name equal to closed one. Now if you double click on this execution log, you can see how many records we got over here in detail. Now copy the ID, go back to the Salesforce org, make a duplicate page, remove this everything after the instance, paste it over here and enter. Click on enter. Then you can directly launch onto the Chavala record page. If you have the ID, directly paste that ID next to the salesforce.com. For everything, Salesforce generates ID. It might be class or Visualforce page, everything. Go back to the developer console and copy the Salesforce and copy the SQL query up to here. Click on this. Now here you can see the query editor. Just paste that SQL query and select this. Click on execute. Now you can see the results here as well. So sometimes if you want to check what the query is going to return without going to the anonymous window, we can simply copy this query and go to the query editor, just paste it over here and select that. We can click on execute. After we click on execute, that shows the results to us. Now close this. What is our requirement? If we got the record names Chavala more than one, just delete those. So delete OPP LST semicolon Control S. Now press the Control E, select this. If I click on execute highlighted, what's going to happen? The records of Chavala both will be deleting now. Now click on execute highlighted. Now go back to the opportunity object, click on opportunities. Here you can see all records are deleted. Opportunity name Chavala and stage name is closed one. There is one record called Chavala. Just click on this. This one is not deleted because here the stage is closed last. That's why it's not deleted. But what is our requirement? If the opportunity name is Chavala and stage equal to closed one, need to delete all those records. That one is achieved. Now go back to the developer console. Here instead of list, if you use just only the OPP variable, what will happen? It only delete only first record name Chavala will be deleting. So now if you want to insert record, just call the first method. And if you want to delete the record, call the second method. So insert delete both are cleared. You can ask something, if by mistake I have deleted the data in Salesforce, if I want to retrieve that, what we need to do? You can simply go to the recycle bin. It will holds the data up to 30 days. There you can select which one you want. Click on undelete. It will go back to the place where it is deleted. Now we will see update the records. Public void. So here what do you think? What will be the code for updating? For example, go back to the Salesforce R in opportunity. Right now we got only two records. So if we want to create two more records, what we have to do? We can simply go back to the developer console, press Ctrl E, insert opportunity. What's the class name? DML class. Dot insert opportunity. Select this, click on execute highlighted. Run it again. Ctrl E, click on execute. This method called twice. Now go back to the opportunity. There you can see two records created. For now, all these four records, description should be the test. Open new tab, open new tab, open new tab. Description empty. Description empty. Currently, all four record description is blank. I want to put a test in all four records. What could be the code here? Go back to the developer console. Let me copy this up to here. Copy, paste in this method, update opportunity method. I have four records, name called Chavala. Those four records going to fetch through SQL query, and that's going to store into OPP list variable, right? Now one by one I have to read all these four records and need to update the description field is test. For updating those, we need to write a small code. What the code is? We have something called for loop. Please remember one thing. If you want to read the list, you need to iterate the list one by one. Here OPP list is what? List of opportunities, right? Suppose the list having thousands of records. Out of these thousands of records, if you want to update something or else need to update all those thousands of records, then what we have to do? It can be read through for loop. Now we will see how to write for loop. For loop is an engine of Apex code or Java coding or any kind of coding. Salesforce is all about insert, delete, update, for loop, list and sets. If you know all these, then you can easily understand any kind of Apex coding. So if you got the time, go through in YouTube or Google about of for loop, list and sets. For example, tomorrow if you got a support project, there will be 1,000 lines of code, right? If you are good at this, you can understand what they have written. Now we will see how to write for loop. What? Opportunity OPP1 OPP LST. OPP1 description equal to Here we need to take the API name. For that, how can you check the API name? Just click on this side arrow, click on view fields. There you can see where is the description. You can see the description field name here. Suppose if you got thousands of fields, the easiest way is Control F. Just type the description over there. That's where you can find the fields. We'll just copy this and use that one over here. Semicolon, update op1, semicolon, Control S. There is one error. What is that? Variable does not exist, OPP_LST. Alright. Yeah, so here, Control S. Yeah, it's gone now. So through for loop, which we can iterate the list one by one, and we can do some modifications in the data. In the first for loop, for opportunity op1 colon OPP list, what I have written? I have written for taking another variable called op1. What is the type of op1 variable? It is opportunity type. And then iterating a variable called OPP_LST, because this is the list where I have all 4 records. So when we run the for loop, the first record will come and sit into op1. At the time, I will change any of the record field values and then updating op1. If I run the for loop 4 times, all the 4 records will sit into the op1. All these record name as Chavala, but the stage name may be different for all 4 records. First, I will check what the stage name is. If the stage name is close one, put the description is close one. If the stage name is close last, put the description is close last. If this is the requirement, what we need to do? We just have to put an if clause. If op1 stage name equal to closed one op1 description equal to closed one, Control S. Here we can see what I have written. op1 dot stage name equal to closed one. Here what is the op1 means? op1 is a variable of opportunity object. Earlier we have passed the record in OPP list. Earlier we have passed the record in OPP list into op1. What that means? All the records in OPP list are now present in op1 also, right? What that means? The records all in OPP list are now present in op1 also, right? Now what I am doing, if stage name op1, now op1 has the reference of that record. op1 dot stage name equals to closed one. If that is true, inside the if loop and change the description equal to closed one. If it is closed last, do the same thing. If op1 equal to close last, op1 close last, Control S. What's the error? Expression can't be a statement. Just equal to, save it. It's gone, error gone. Here have we noticed, while inserting the data into insert method, we have written stage name equal to closed one. So if you run that method, it always stores opportunity name equal to Chavala and stage name is closed one and close date is today's date. But in the update method, we are asking if stage name is closed last. But in update method, we are asking if stage name is closed last, we have to update the description field value is closed last. Just go back to the opportunity object. Check the records. Closed one, closed one, closed one. Go to this, check closed last. This one is closed last. These three records, opportunity name is Chavala and stage name is closed one. But this record, opportunity name Chavala, but the stage is closed last. Then run this opportunity method. Go back to the developer console. Now before going to run this method, just delete these two lines and type update op1 and update op1 semicolon. Control S. Run this method. For that, Control E. So this is an instance method. So how to run the instance method? To run this instance method, we have to use instance variable. Just paste it here. Copy this and paste it here. Semicolon. Select this and click on execute highlighted. Now go back to the opportunity object. Refresh this. Open these 4 records. Check it one by one. The stage is closed one. You can see the description updated to closed one. The next one is also updated to closed one. This one also updated to closed one. You can see all these 3 fields has been updated. Which fields are updated? Where stage name equal to closed one. At particular records, description field is updated. So 3 records are updated where stage name is equal to closed one. One record is not updated because that stage name is equal to closed last. Go back to the developer console. Here, if you see the select query, I'm choosing stage name equal to closed one. Because of that, the controller not comes to the if OPP stage name equal to closed last. So go back to the opportunity object. So SQL query is not touching this part. Here OPP is holding only these 3 records. Now what we have to do? Just remove where condition. Stage name equal to closed one. And Control S and run this update opportunity method again. Click on execute highlighted. Now go to the last record, refresh this. Now you can see this record also updated. Go back to the developer console, go back to the class. Here you can ask why we haven't used else if condition. For example, if there is a requirement like if city equal to Hyderabad, do this, or else do something. In that situation, we will apply the else if. But here our requirement is if stage name equal to closed one, description field equal to closed one. If stage name equal to closed last, the description field closed last. In that case, we no need to use the else condition. That's it for update opportunity. Thank you.